Not done one of these for a little while, but we're back up the Oaks today, but on the new lakes. So it's now warmed up a bit. Spring's definitely sprung. Summer's nearly here, and let's see how we get on. So I'm not sure when we're going to see this, but it's now spring, just before summer, and I've drawn on Ash Lake. Looks good. As you've just seen, I've literally just put a dozen pellets in there. Just put a bit of water in them just to make sure that they don't bounce out when I'm shipping out and they all sink. Thrown some maggot shorts. I'm just going to keep loose feeding them maggots short all day, and hopefully I'll either catch them on deck or up in water there later on. I've had a few fish already, just fishing down this right hand side. Literally, like I say, it's spring now, not quite summer, so they are feeding but not aggressively. So I'm just tapping in my pellets. So like I said, I've put about 10 in and just sit with my float in the middle and wait for a bite. So it's nice and positive, nice sharp dink on float. And fish on, there we go. There's another one. I'm just fishing a 13 Duraslit, the hybrid. Lovely for these sort of fish. So they're all roughly the same size, anywhere between 2 and 4 or 5 pound. You get the odd bigger one, the odd smaller one, but the decent weight building fish. Got to make the most of little spells when they turn up. There we go, another fish in the net. He's got to be a good 4 pound, hasn't he? Pushing 5. Didn't take many of them to build up a decent weight. Just get the hook out. There we go. Pop him in. Make sure I pop it on clicker. So I've just repeated the process, put another dozen or so pellets, 10 to a dozen in my pot, feed my maggots shallow, bring it round. It's dead important to use, well I think it is, to use a clicker, because there's net limits here at the Oaks, so last thing you want is to have a real good day and to go over in your nets. So I just fill one net up at a time, click about 50 pound, you can go up to 70, but that gives you a bit of leeway then. So yeah, dead important I find, and then once I've filled one net to 50 pound, I just reset my clicker and start my next net. Keep on going like that. I've just dropped them pellets in now. Floats that lovely in the middle, just waiting for that next bite. There's not much going on around me that I can see. I can't see obviously my bank. Oh, there we go. Didn't take too long, there's obviously a few fish there at the minute. Pulling a bit this one. Just take your time, they all count. And there we go, he's coming now. Pulling him round. Nice few big pulls on the puller. Get him under control. Tighten that elastic up. There we go. Should come in a bit easier now. There we go, another one about same size, 4 poundish. That's another 4 clicks on the clicker, another 4 pound. going to go out now, leave camera rolling, and hopefully catch a few more for you. So I had a decent start down the edge, caught quite a few fish, but it's gone a bit iffy, a bit quiet. There's not much going on around me, to be honest. So I'm just going to have a look on this short line where I've been feeding these maggots all day and hopefully catch a few fish there. I've seen the odd swirl, so I know there's the odd fish about. So whether I catch them on deck or catch them shallow, I'm not sure. I'm just going to have to play it by ear and see what happens. I've got a misbite there, so there's definitely some indications. So there's fish around, so I'm just going to keep throwing my maggots in. I'm just fishing up bottom at the minute. Obviously I can read the peg then, and if I'm getting lots of line as an indications, I'd come shallow. But I've got one here. Nice hide. Don't mind too much catching hide, it's better than not catching it all at the minute. Not a bad stamp either, be happy with these in winter. Cut in a chunk. I'll ship back out on bottom again. It's well ever catching fish. Obviously if I start foul looking a few or anything like that, I'll just come shallow. I've got a couple of shallow rigs set up, but just keep chucking maggots over the top. I know they do catch on maggots on deck here, so we'll see. If not, I'll come shallow. There we go, there's another. Feel like another ride. I don't mind too much, like I said. They're coming this quick. Another nice size one. So I had a half decent run on that maggot line, but it fizzled out a bit and I didn't get many more bites. So I've just come back down this edge, tapped a few pellets in again, so I'm just fishing off its edges, just in that bit of a deeper water. Had a few indications, so there's odd fish down there. Just about putting a fishing net at this part of the match, just getting bites wherever I can. Oh, there we go. A slight little indication there, little dink on float. I've got one. me put up a bit of a scrap that we've got in. So I've got a few down that edge, but it wasn't solid, to be honest, just odd fish. I had to wait quite a while. And then I saw a couple of swirls on this maggot line, so I've literally just picked my shallow rig up now and just started catching a few eyed. So it's quite a decent sized fish. Very nice when I fish together. Takes me back to my winter days, if only they were all this size. But there's a few fish being caught around now, obviously it's getting to later stages at match, so it's picking up a bit. So I'm just keeping them maggots going in, keep laying my rig in, and hopefully we'll hook a few carp as well. I know there's been odd one around, so we'll just keep plugging away and just keep changing. I'll give this a while and then I'll go back down to edge if there's no fish to be caught, or even drop down on bottom. Just keep rotating them 3 lines. Do keep producing odd fish, but like I say, it's only spring, it's not quite summer yet, so they're not too ravenous. It's just about picking fish up as you go. Keep laying that rig in, keep working it, and hopefully we'll catch a few. I just had a little indication then. I'll just keep feeding them a bit of maggot over the top. Oh, there we go. Thought it wouldn't be long till we got one then. I did have a little indication just before. There we go, another ride. I'll probably catch one more and then call it a day, I think, and just get my head down and try to get some more fish in net. There you go, so straight back out. I'm just fishing single or double maggot, just keep changing. And just literally just throwing the maggots over the top. Just keep flicking my rig in, and most of the time I'll take it just as it drops through water. There we go. A bit last fish got cameras, I think, this one. Turn it off when I get it in. But another ride, splashing around, wallowing. Another decent sized fish. Don't think I'll be doing too bad. A little bit rusty, but we're getting there. Right, so that's it. All finished and weighed in. And I've had 113 pounds something. So broke the ton mark, which I'm happy with. And it's done no good, to be honest. On lake, I think, I'm not too sure what's won it, but I know I'm £20 behind Gandhi. And obviously he's a local legend up here, fishes alt matches. And if I'm behind him, be only £20, I'm not doing it too wrong. Obviously a bit rustic, first time I've fished commercial this year, and it's totally different, so gonna get my head back round it. Got a few tweaks and that to make, but enjoyed myself, caught a few fish, which is what it's all about. And look at that. Sun's out, had a lot of winter fishing, now we're on to spring and summer, and it's what it's all about. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers guys.